Okay, so welcome to video number 7, and we're going to talk about the blueprint video number 3. So now that you have an audience with renewed hope and you've answered their objections, you've educated them, it's now time to move into sort of a teaser of your product and service and the secret system. And no, it's not time to sell them just yet. You will do that in the last video. So I think that takes a little bit of pressure off of most people, knowing that you don't have to sell. And it's because at this point, your prospects have just begun to trust you. They're thinking, okay, I want to know more. I want to know more. Educate me more. So in short, this video is going to focus on the secret blueprint, or what we call the secret system that you have discovered. So in other words, this is kind of a unique selling proposition, or what makes you unique and different from everybody else. So let's jump right in and outline this video. Okay, so just like video number 2, video number 3 is going to connect the previous video by giving a recap. So imagine you need to make sure that you connect the dots. 1 connects to 2, 2 connects to 3, 3 connects to 4, obviously. But not just that, you need to make sure that it flows so that people remember. So give a recap. Remember, people will forget what you taught earlier. So try to recap the most important pieces of that video. Now, bear in mind that you really only want to keep these videos to max 10 minutes if possible. If it has to be 15 minutes, that's fine if you're giving a lot of really good information, or it can be longer as long as you're giving really good content. But bear in mind that most people's attention spans are very, very short, so you really need to keep it short. Next, you want to briefly discuss what you'll be talking about in this video, and that you'll be revealing the secret system or the secret sauce. So what makes you different? What makes you unique? Next, you want to discuss how you came to discover this through a similar story, through the pain, through the struggles that they have been through. So in certain respects, you're recapping the same story that you referred to a few videos ago. And then of course you want to teach them what they need to do to win and beat their current struggle. And then of course you can tease the sale, but don't go into it at all. So essentially what this is you're just revealing that this is a secret. This is something that your competitors don't have access to, but this is something that only you discovered. Or maybe you discovered it in a specific way. You also want to take the common, frequently asked questions and answer them. And then any objections that you have not answered that are left on the list, answer those in the form of a case study and the results from you and your client. So very similar to the previous video, you're still educating them as to why this is a secret system and why this is unique. And essentially what you're also doing is you're showing them social proof that you have the results and the case studies, and your clients have tried out your product or service and they're doing quite well. And of course, you want to display video or audio testimonials if possible. The reason why I say video or audio is because people's voice becomes very powerful when somebody can hear their voice and see their picture. Or if it's video, it's going to be even better than audio because people can see the person's face. And especially if that person's face matches the demographic of the person that you're talking to, it's most likely going to convert very well. And then of course, last but not least, to connect to the next video, which is video number 4, you want to preview what is coming up next. You can briefly talk about there's a solution that is going to come in the next video. You don't necessarily need to talk that they're going to buy a product, but they will get access to the solution. That way it looks like you are helping them. Okay, so let's talk about the fourth video in this series. So last but not least, this is the fourth and final video, and it's going to be the offer. So it's time to make an irresistible offer that your prospects would like to take action immediately and become your buyer. So here's a pro tip. In addition to that, you'd want to build scarcity by creating a deadline. Now imagine this, you create a sense of urgency, making them want to act now. Otherwise, what's going to happen is they are going to wait next week or a few days, the price will go out, or they will never get access to it again. So you want to make sure that you let them know that there is a deadline, there is scarcity, and when the timer ends and the doors close. And like I said, without that sense of urgency, people will tend to wait. Their lives will get busy, they'll totally forget about you. So again, let's go ahead and create an outline for this. Okay, so similar to video 2 and 3, you want to connect the previous video by giving a recap. Then what you want to do is, after the recap, which can be a couple minutes, give the offer. Make sure that it's a good deal. Then discuss the case studies and other testimonials, again, of people that have been happy, that took your offer previously, and they're doing quite well. Show how the product or service is worth 10 times more than what you're asking. So what you can say is, this is a product, this is what it's going to do for you, here's the list of the benefits, here's how it's going to benefit you, and here's the price. But you don't want to go straight into the price. You want to say something like, let's say the price is $1,000. You could say, well, this price is actually worth $10,000. But we're not going to charge you $10,000. We're not going to charge you, and then start decreasing 5 times down. So $10,000, could be worth it, but we're not going to charge that. We're not going to charge $9,000. We're not going to charge $7,000. We're not going to charge even $2,000 or $1,000. But today, and only today, during the special launch, you can get it for something like $497. And then give the offer link. And then once you're done with that, as people are clicking the link and all that, you're still going to get people that are not sure. They're not sure if it's going to be enough for them. So what you can do at that point is you discuss any extra bonuses or fast action bonuses for those who take action immediately, or as ASAP, or as soon as possible. So you could say, well, for those of you who immediately take action today, for the first 20, you'll get access to this. And make sure that you give a time limit. You can say, this is going to last till Sunday evening next week, or 4 days later. And once that is going to happen, then we're going to close it down. And make sure that you continuously give the offer link, and ask for the sale. A lot of people don't ask for the sale, and by not asking, you will not get. So just by asking for the sale, and not begging for the sale, but just giving it, handing it over, and allowing people the opportunity to get access to it in a helpful way, they are more likely to take action. So I hope you enjoyed that. And as you can see, it is an outline, so you will need to create your own script, but how you do that is going to be based upon your product and service. Okay, so just want to say congratulations on finishing this course. You're almost done. This is kind of a bonus on how to get your videos created professionally. So once you understand what needs to be included in each and every one of these individual videos, then don't worry about the next step. We're not going to assume that you know how to create videos. So we're going to talk about how to get it created. So in this video, you're going to learn tips and tricks on how to get your videos created either by yourself or a professional. Now, I have to warn you, if you're trying to get it done by yourself, I will say that you don't want to make a video that looks like crap, because if that's the first impression that you give your customers, then they are not going to buy from you. So these 4 videos have to be the best quality videos. Now, I realize that some of you are very creative and some of you have sort of a director type mindset. And if that's you, then I will point you to some softwares that you can use to create these videos. But if that is not you, like the most of us, then I will show you how to get it created by a professional. Now, I'm going to show you some secrets on different ranges, different budget types. If you've got a low budget, if you've got a higher budget and you want to go all out and you want to get the most professional video and you want to know how to do that and how to find the right professional, we'll point you that direction. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so let's start with the best looking, most professional, but the most expensive budget. Now you might be asking why in the world we are at a wedding website. Well, I'm going to tell you, the best videographers in our experience typically are those who create videos for weddings. And here's the reason why. We've hired a lot of videographers over the years, and we found that the ones that typically are the most anal at their work are wedding videographers. I'm not generalizing here. There's a lot of really good videographers out there. But the reason why what we found and what we've discovered is because if you're aware of you've had a wedding before or you've been to a wedding, you know that they are very, very, very particular about getting everything right. So that puts a lot of pressure on the wedding photographer or the wedding videographer. And typically they are just really, really good. They're able to see different angles. They have to do it really fast. And typically they're very experienced. I'm not saying that for everybody, but what we've discovered that to be true. Now, of course, this is going to be the best quality and professional for you if you're trying to do a live talking head type video, meaning you are talking in front of a video. Now, the reason why we say hire a professional is because learning the ins and outs, buying the camera, buying the equipment, and all of that can run you into the ground. And then that doesn't include trying to learn the equipment, trying to learn the audio, and all of that. So take it from our word, from our experience, that that is the case here. So one site is called weddingwire.com. And if you go up here and you go to, you can actually go to weddingwire.com/wedding-videographers. And if you go to here, you'll actually be able to search for videography based on your zip code. Now, I will warn you, of course, it's going to be a lot more expensive. We're talking about a couple grand here. Now, it's going to save you a lot of headaches. And a lot of times people think, well, I'd rather go the cheap way. And that's totally fine if you want to go the cheap way. Just be aware you're going to have to spend more time and money. Now, if you don't want to do a live talking head type video and you want to do maybe an explainer video, you can do that as well. There's a site called Animatron. So if this is you and you want to create videos yourself and you're not super creative, but you want access to a marketplace filled with hundreds of pre-animated graphics and pre-animated sets that you can use for your videos, your 4 videos, then Animatron is good. There's a lot more out there. that you can take a look at as well. But as you can see here, you can create these kind of cartoon-like whiteboard type videos. And you could do that if you want to do it yourself. Now, personally, we recommend that you use live people because there have been studies and psychology studies that show that when other people can see a real human being talking directly to them who is smiling, a lot of times that will actually help your conversions. Now, if that's the case, you can also mix and match, meaning you can mix a video spokesperson with a video like this. So you might have seen videos where people are speaking and then it switches to kind of like a cartoon animation, and then it switches back to the person, back to the animation, and back and forth and back and forth. So you can do something like that if you don't want to hire a wedding videographer. And by doing it this way, you'll probably save a couple $1,000s, but you are relying purely on your own creativity. A really cheap place that you can go to get video spokespersons is Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. If you go to the top, you search for video spokesperson, as you can see here. And then what you want to do is you want to pick and choose somebody that looks like your demographic. So if your demographic is 98% women, then you're going to want to choose a woman. If it's 98% men, you might want to choose a male. So that's why if you have 98% women, you do not want to choose a man because it's not relatable. They want to feel like they can trust you. And they can trust you when they hear your story, the motivational part, and they feel like you have gone through their suffering, essentially. So as you can see here, you can literally get, just by paying $5 to up to sometimes $50, you can get somebody, depending on how long your videos are, you can get them created for fairly cheap. But by doing this, you will need to kind of mix and match this with some animated video. Now, another site you can go to is Envato Studio. And to get there, you go to studio.envato.com. That's studio.envato.com. This is a great place to go to if you want to hire creatives, people who are videographers, video editors of all sorts, animators, all different types of people. So if we type here, video, you can see there's 235 services found. We've actually used Envato and had really good results from it. Now, be careful. A lot of these say things like, we'll customize an After Effects template. What you're looking for is a explainer video. So maybe we'll narrow that down a little bit further and we'll type in explainer video. Explainer video is a simple term for a promotional video or a sales video. Now, as you can see here, don't just go for the price. Look for somebody who has really good experience. So make sure you take a look at the videos that they have created for other people and see if that actually measures up to your audience. So if you're talking to, let's say, 98% really professional women, then you may not want to choose something like this. You may want to choose something a little bit more professional. But if it's a laid-back environment, you may want to choose something more laid back. And you'll see explainer videos work really well, especially for a lot of online services. And the reason why a lot of explainer videos work is because they are cartoons. They typically will take down the defense guard that people will raise, especially when they think that you're about to sell them. So explainer videos are cartoon based, so they bring people back psychologically to sort of a child's state of mind where they've watched cartoons. So it's a great defense breaking mechanism. Of course, last but not least, if you are super creative and super technical and technical savvy type person, then Adobe Premiere is a really good software. But I don't recommend this unless you're someone who is highly technical, like I said, and can learn how to use it, because there is, unfortunately, a big learning curve. There's a big misconception that people have that, oh, if I have the tool, then I'll be able to create the end product. Not necessarily. You have to have the creativity and all that. So that's why I say, number one, hire a wedding videographer if possible. And if not, if you want to do it yourself, then totally fine. You can save a couple grand and probably spend a couple $100, but then again, you're going to spend probably a lot of time. You're going to spend probably about a few weeks at minimum. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And like I said, live video is the best, but then mixing it together with some animations as well is great as well. So congratulations for reaching the end of this video course. I hope you enjoyed this course, and just make sure that you take action. Here's the truth. You may have a great product, but if you launch it wrong, you're leaving money on the table. Each and every day, product launches are happening. Some do enormously well, and some don't even make a couple dollars. And you can spend months or even years to get a product developed, but if the product launch planning is done incorrectly, then of course you won't get the results that you want. You see, our goal here is to get you to launch a good product so that you can help people, and in the end, you will make the profits that you want. Now, remember, if you help people to get what they want, and then they will help you get what you want. Now, keep in mind that this is not a get-rich-quick system either, and it takes hard work to make these videos. But just with any business, if you have the right plan to go by, then your chances of doing well is greater. With that said, you don't have to make the same mistakes that we made by watching this video course. This is going to be a 9-part step-by-step video course that's going to teach you how to launch your product through a series of 4 videos that will help you generate the buzz that you're going to need. Plus, you'll get access to a step-by-step video blueprint where we're going to show you some fundamentals, but we're also going to show you the outline of what you need in each and every one of these 4 videos. Here's a quick overview of what's inside this video course. Video number 1 is the introduction. Video number 2 is planning your pre-launch. Video number 3 is pre-launch, what needs to be done. Video number 4 is going to be the 4-step video blueprint. Video number 5 is going to be starting with the series of the 4 videos. So we got video 1, video 2, video 3, video 4 for the 4 pre-launch videos. And of course, last but not least, we got video number 9, which is getting your video created. So with that said, go ahead and grab this video course now and learn how to increase your profits by launching your product right now.